गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं वीरतारिणं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं परमानन्दमाधवम्। Hare Krishna. So welcome everybody to this new section of Bhagavad Gita, because the first 6 chapters is Karma Yoga. The middle 6 chapter, which is like the cream of the cream biscuit, is Bhakti Yoga. Now we are towards the final section, the last section of our Bhagavad Gita, which is Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga. So this is the beginning of the Jnana Yoga. All right. So here it goes. The first shloka. ऋषिभिर् बहुधा गीतं छन्दोभिर्विकल्पितः ब्रह्मसूत्रपदैश्चैव हेतुमद्भिर्विनिश्चिताः. So this is a shloka which is spoken by Krishna, wherein Krishna is telling that I am going to be describing again about several important matters which is going to teach us more about the Prakriti, the matter around us. Just 1 minute. Charger happens, otherwise all of a sudden I'll be gone. We are back. Timely saved. वरना गायब and the room would be worried. क्या हो गया? Okay. So the last thing I was telling that Arjuna asks several questions about Prakriti, understanding this material nature. Material nature. What is it exactly? So in the first 6 chapters we studied why should one perform one's prescribed duty, or why exactly should one stick to one's prescribed duty. First thing. The second aspect which is described was in the middle 6 chapters, which speaks about why should I offer my prescribed duties to Krishna. Yes, and technically speaking the Bhagavad Gita is complete here in the 12th chapter, but then it is very important equally for all of us to understand what makes our surrender to Krishna difficult. Yes, because it's so easy. Wow, Bhakti is amazing. Everything is wonderful. So very nice. Then what is it that is making our surrender a difficult thing? So that aspect is mentioned in the 13th to 18th chapter. That aspect, why our surrender becomes difficult, that is explained. So Arjuna wishes to understand about Prakriti. So he says, Purusha Prakriti chaiva kshetra kshetragyameva cha etat veditum ichchami Jnanam Geyam cha Keshava. So he wants to understand 6 aspects of Prakriti, which is Purusha, what is Prakriti, what is Kshetra, the field, what is Kshetrajna, the knower of the field, what is Jnana, the process to attain knowledge, and what is Nyayam, the objective of achieving knowledge. So this is how the 13th chapter starts with Arjuna's inquiry. Yes. And then Krishna says that all these things are explained in very great detail. So here Krishna is mentioning this particular shloka to teach us something very deep lesson. Translation. That knowledge of the field of activities and of the knower of activities is described by various sages in various Vedic writings. It is especially presented in the Vedanta Sutra with all reasoning as to cause and effect. Now, who is the highest authority? The highest authority is Krishna. Now, Krishna wants to speak something. Can anybody refute that? No. If Krishna wants to speak something, can somebody say, this is from Shastra or not from Shastra? No. Whatever Krishna speaks is Shruti. It becomes the Shastra. But here still, what we realize from this shloka, why we took this particular shloka from the 13th chapter, is to realize that even Krishna emphasizes on authority. Krishna never ever transgresses the authority. He says that, well, whatever I'm going to be teaching, I'm going to be teaching it from what? Not from my own mind. I'm going to be teaching it from the scriptures and from the teachings of the great sages, which means from the Shrutis and the Smritis. Both are equally important. Some people somehow or the other have this particular notion that, oh, Smritis are not that important. They are from the memory of the sages. Yeah? So Shrutis are something. No, both Shruti and Smritis are like two eyes of a Brahmana, because when we get education, the purpose of education, the purpose of training is for getting Shastra Chakshu. What is it? Shastra Chakshu. What is Shastra Chakshu according to you? Please type. What is Shastra Chakshu? Right knowledge, okay. Divine vision, scientific eyes, knowing into the divine. Vision according to Shastras. Vision according to Shastras is the right answer. Who wrote this? Yeah, Meghana Mishra. Megha Mishra, I'm sorry. Her answer is correct. Vision according to Shastras, which means we don't look from a mundane perspective. Regularly, yeah, kya dikh raha hai? Okay, take it. I'm able to see tube light. I'm able to see the wall. I'm seeing the ceiling fan. I'm seeing the watch. I'm seeing some frames. This is what? This is called Charma Chakshu, Charma Drishti. On the other hand, moment you get knowledge from the Shastras by hearing, your vision will be divine. It's a Shastric vision. That means you'll be able to see everything to the eyes of Shastras. But you may see a person, but when you read the Shastras, you will understand, no, that is a soul. The soul is trapped within the material body. That is called Shastra Chakshu. So when you talk of vision, you will talk from both, the vision from both the eyes. So Shruti and Smriti are like the two eyes of a Brahmana. Two eyes, both are required. I asked this question before also. I'll give you 1 crore rupees. Can you give me one of your eyes? एक आंख दे दो. No, प्रभु जी, नहीं. 10 crore, कुछ भी कर लो, कितने भी जीरो लगा लो, एक आंख भी नहीं देंगे. We will not give because it's so dear. Right? Eyes are so dear. So people who are neglecting the Smritis means they are watching the world with one eye. One eye will have a very limitation. This is a blind spot. Iske beyond you cannot see. Correct? So Shastra Chakshu means seeing with both eyes, Shruti and Smriti. So here Krishna is justifying. Rishivir Bahuda Gitam. There are so many rishis who have given their Gita. I am giving Bhagavad Gita. But Rishi Gita is also important. Which means Puranas are important. Rishivir Bahuda Gitam Chandovir. Chanda refers to the Vedas. When we talk about Chanda, that refers to Vedas. So Vedas, Chandovir Vividai Pratak. There are different presentations of the Vedas which do talk about the knowledge which you have asked, Arjuna. So, Smriti, Shruti. Along with that, Brahma Sutra Padaishcheva. Vedanta Sutra is also important. What is Vedanta Sutra? The commentary on the Vedanta Sutra is actually Srimad Bhagavatam. Vedanta Sutras are like formula. Okay, x plus y the whole square is equal to x square plus y square plus 2xy. सही है? गलत नहीं ना? What time हो गया apply करके? Okay, fine. Thank you. I have not forgotten maths. So x plus y the whole cube, you all know the answer. I don't know. Anyways. Yes. So that's what we see. So these are like formulae. What is the difference between school and college? One of the difference I faced is in school there was no calculator. But in college you are allowed to take calculators to do calculation. Itna अच्छा था. In school there is no tables. You have to memorize all formulae. When college formula book दे देते थे आपको. नहीं ले formula pass होके दिखा. Challenge. Calculator ले ले, formula book ले ले, pass करके दिखा दे. Open challenge. And still people used to never pass. सब होने के बावजूद मुश्किल हो जाता था. It is really challenge, right? So Vedanta Sutra is that list of sutras. Janmadi asya yatah. Atato Brahma Jignasa. So there are formulae like that. So different formulae collection of Vedanta Sutra. And if you read the Srimad Bhagavatam very deeply, you will understand very clearly that Srimad Bhagavatam is a natural commentary on the entire Vedanta Sutra. So we should study even the Vedanta Sutra or the Srimad Bhagavatam if you want to understand these aspects. So Krishna is emphasizing Brahma Sutra Padaischaiva. If you only read the formulae, you can memorize formula, but you will not know where to apply when. कौन सा formula कब apply करना है. You need application knowledge also, right? So that is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes. With examples, very nice demonstrative examples. So Bhagavatam is a textbook which not only give you the derivation of the formula, it gives you the application of the formula in various practical aspects. सब कुछ मिलता है. So that's why Srimad Bhagavatam is actually Brahma Sutra Padaischaiva. Hetu Madhvir Nishchitah. And then there is cause and effect. Knowledge of cause and effect. This is also described. The cause and effect is Sat, Asat, or Hetu, Madhvir. This aspect of knowledge. This is also very much described in many Shastras. So we should study all this and then gain complete knowledge. So the beauty of this shloka is Krishna, although being the ultimate authority, is quoting to us other authorities. And that's what Krishna did. Yudhishthir Maharaj was very, very depressed after the war. He was not happy. Normally when you win a war, how you are like, yes, this calls for celebration. Chalo, party. Yudhishthir Maharaj was very, very upset. And why he was upset? Because he said, I am the cause of this war. Because I wanted kingdom. He never blamed Krishna. I was happy to be in the forest like a sage. But you are the one who instigated all these things and you sparked the fire between the two families. No. He felt I am responsible. It's my greed, my attachment to the post, my desire to be a king. That is what caused this war. So I am responsible for making all these ladies widows. I am responsible for making these children fatherless. I am responsible for the entire family lineage being destroyed. I am the responsible. He was in depression. So that time, Krishna directs Yudhishthira. He tries to counsel. He gives counseling. Now Krishna one day Jagat Guru. Who can be a better counselor than Krishna? So he gives thorough counseling. But Yudhishthira Maharaj says, what you said is correct, but I am not satisfied. Not satisfied? Yes. Not satisfied. Then he takes him to Vedavyas. He says, now he is the author of all the Vedas. You take his shelter and you learn from him. So he presents the problem to Vedavyas. Now who can know more than Vyas? Who can know more than Krishna? So Vedavyas also gives very nice point to point from the Shastras. He quotes everything. Yudhishthira Maharaj says again, whatever I hear from you, it's all correct, but I'm not satisfied. Then Krishna takes Yudhishthira to Bhishma Pitama. And when he goes to Bhishma Pitama and asks the same question, then Bhishma Pitama is the person who completely satisfies Yudhishthira Maharaj, and then now he says, I'm now fully satisfied. So what is the meaning? Now Krishna and Vyas could have easily satisfied him. But this is a message for all of us to learn that Krishna means God and Vyasa means Shastra. So Krishna and Shastras can be only understood through a devotee. That is Bhishma Dev. So in our life, we need a devotee. We cannot directly study the Shastras or we cannot directly know Krishna. So Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, all the Shastras have to be understood from a Bhagavata. Bhishma Dev is one of the Bhagavats. He is called a Mahajana. Correct? There are 12 Mahajanas. Swayambho, Narada, Shambho, Kumara, Kapilo, Manuhu, Prahlada, Janako, Bhishmo, Balir, Vaiyasaki, Vayam, 12. So Bhishma is one of the Mahabhagavat who is the Mahajana. He is a Mahajana, a great soul who is an authority in Bhagavata. So Bhagavata Podagiya, Bhagavata Sthani. One should understand the Bhagavad, understand Shastras to devotees. So Krishna is again emphasizing the principle here that we should take shelter of the writings of bona fide acharyas. That doesn't mean, chalo, Bhagavad Gita ke upar kitne commentaries? 86 lakhs commentary. Chalo, I'm going to start reading everything. No. Bona fide acharyas who are coming in the Guru Shishya Parampara. Yes, coming in the Bhagavad Guru Shishya Parampara. It's very important. All right. So that was the aspect which we discussed. Next. Yeah. So Krishna himself is quoting authorities. Yeah. Next. 13.14. Sarvata panipadam tat sarvatokshi shirormukam sarvata shrutimaloke sarvam mavritya tishtati. Yes. Sarvatah. Now this word sarvatah, sarvam. Sarva. What is the meaning of this sarvatah? Anyone? You know it. I know you know it. You just have to type it. What is the meaning of the sarvatah? Sarva. Everywhere. Everywhere is the right meaning of sarvatah. Sarvatah means everywhere. So we studied one principle, right? God is everywhere. Bhagwan har jagah hai. We study this, right? In all places. So sarvatah pani. Pani means what? Not Marathi wala pani. Mala pani pahiye. No. Pani means hand. So pani refers to hand. Sarvatah pani. That means I have my hand in every place. Yes. Similarly, sarvatah padam means I have my feet in every place. Sarvata akshi, I have my eyes in every place. Sarvatah shiro, I have my head in every place. And I have my face in every place. Shiro mukam. Sarvatah shrutimal, I have my ears in every place. And sarvam avrittya tishtati, which means I have covered everything. I'm covering everything through my Paramatma aspect. So Krishna as Paramatma, as a witness, is everywhere. Yes. So if Krishna wants to accept something from you or give you something, yes, I am everywhere. That means जो कुछ भी हो रहा है भगवान का उसमें क्या है? हाथ है. इसे ना, इसमें भगवान का हाथ है. जरूर तुम्हारा हाथ है इसमें. We say sometimes we use this word हाथ. So Krishna saying, yes, मेरा हाथ हर जगह है. मेरे हाथ में बिना कुछ नहीं हुआ है. That means we get to, what it means is to see the hand of Krishna everywhere. हर जगह भगवान का हाथ देखिए. Whatever is happening, whatever amazing, उसके पीछे भगवान का हाथ है. Sunrise, oh what a beautiful sunrise, उसमें भगवान का हाथ है. Correct? बारिश वर्षा हो रही है, उसमें भगवान का हाथ है. So whatever natural phenomena is happening, उसमें भगवान का हाथ है. Every circumstances and situations that happen, उसमें भगवान का हाथ है. COVID, उसमें भी भगवान का हाथ है. So when भगवान का हाथ हो, भगवान का हाथ किसी के सिर पे हो, if God's hand is on someone's head, that is auspiciousness. That means we have to try to find out the best. Because वहां पे भगवान का हाथ है, which means what is the opportunity for me? That is something that you have to see. Yes. Similarly, sarvatah pad, मेरा पैर हर जगह. That means what? That means feet means service. How many times do we touch our feet? We touch our feet only for two things: for wearing chappal, for removing chappal. बस. इसके अलावा हम पैर छूते नहीं अपने. But लेकिन दूसरों के पैर कब छूते? If you want to serve them, somebody superior, deva, guru, dvijat prajnam, those who are elders, those who are gurujanas, those who are brahmanas, those who are parents, those who are worshipable. So उनके पैर छूते हैं हम लोग. That means what? They want to serve. So pair means what? What is leg means? Service. Which means Krishna is telling that my lotus feet is everywhere. Matlab, everywhere is a great opportunity to render service to me. मुझे सेवा करना है. Yes, everywhere the opportunity is available. Only thing is we have to be intelligent enough to decode that and serve. Sarvatah padam tat. Lotus feet is everywhere. Then sarvata akshi, यानी कि सीसीटीवी कैमरा नहीं है, चोरी मत करो, मेरा आंख हर जगह है. My CCTV camera is everywhere. So there was a student who told me, प्रभु जी अभी लॉकडाउन के तहत जो है एग्जाम सब ऑनलाइन चल रहा है, एंड क्योंकि एग्जाम ऑनलाइन चल रहा है सब लोग चीटिंग कर रहे हैं, तो क्या मैं चीटिंग कर सकता हूँ? आई एम अ डिवोटी बट कैन आई चीट? आई सेड बिल्कुल नहीं. नो, डोंट डू इट. Better you fail, get 0 marks, I will respect you, I will offer you pranam. But cheating and getting full marks continuously throughout the season is not done. No, that is not the purpose of exam. You have to cheat. If you are having faith in Krishna, if you are a devotee of Krishna, don't cheat. This is what I said. This God is watching. कोई नहीं देख रहा है, ले लेते हैं. कोई नहीं देख रहा है, नहीं. भगवान की कितनी आंखें हैं. See, in a room people can fit, चलो 2-3 एंगल कवर करने के लिए 3-4 सीसीटीवी कैमरा लगा सकते हैं एक रूम में, राइट? You want to cover, if you're covering a very important jewel, डायमंड है, you're covering a gold, कुछ कवर करना चाहते हैं तो सारे एंगल्स रखना चाहते हैं. But Krishna's eyes are sarvatah, everywhere. So you cannot count the number of eyes which are watching you. They are not just the two eyes of the Paramatma in your heart. Paramatma is everywhere. He is watching. यानी कि ऐसा कुछ भी चीज मत करो which is prohibited in the Shastras. Don't do adharma. Dharmam chara. Satyam vada dharmam chara. Always speak the truth and always walk the path of dharma. Because my eyes are everywhere. Very deep, no? Yes, then Sarvata Akshi Shiror Mukham. Shiro Mukham. Now, whenever you observe a person, you look at the person's face, right? You don't look anywhere else. Now, you're also looking at me. You're not looking at my kurta. You're not looking at this flower, hopefully. You're looking at my face, look into my eyes. Correct? So, Krishna is saying, I will give you unlimited opportunities to see me, to watch me. Yes? Don't lose them. Because my face is everywhere. Again, Krishna wants us to develop the qualification to see. Because once Prabhupada was asked, Prabhupada, what is the goal of life? Prabhupada said the goal of life is to see Krishna and talk to him. Mukham. Shiro Mukham. बात करना है, भगवान की बात सुननी है. So we are actually connected. We are tuned into the right. My spiritual master gives a beautiful lecture on tuning into the right consciousness. Just like right now, there are so many FMs, megahertz, 93.5 Red FM, 98.3 Radio Mirchi. ये दो ही आता है मेरे को, बाकी कुछ नहीं आता. I just know these two names, very famous. So like this, there are so many frequencies. Where they are, the frequencies are everywhere, correct? If you have a device, you tune in, you will tune into that. Similarly, Krishna is telling, tune into my consciousness, you will be able to see my Shri Mukha. That is the goal of life. To see the beautiful face of Krishna, the beautiful cheeks, the beautiful smile, the lotus-like eyes, the cup-like eyebrows, the wonderful ears with shark-shaped earrings. And to hear the Shri Mukha, the message that Krishna is giving. That opportunity is available. So Krishna has made himself fully available. Yes? Then, Sarvata Shutimal Loke. My ears are also there. If you pray, I'll hear your prayers. Because my ears are everywhere. Yeah, ears are everywhere. Now say, okay, temple is far. Of course, going to temple and praying, you will be in better consciousness. And Krishna is more accessible to service in a personal form. That's why temple is important. It's not that Bhagwan har jagah hai. Some people quote this shloka and say Bhagwan har jagah hai. To be hum log mandir mein kyun jate hain? No, mandir is important because that contains the right ambience. That contains a nice service opportunity. It gives you the nice culture to be a Vaishnava. That you will not get by being anywhere. There's a great difference. But still, Krishna can hear our prayers from any place. He is available to hear. He wants to listen. मेरे कान तरस रहे हैं. Sometimes people say ना कि फोन करते हैं इमोशनल टची एकदम कॉन्वर्सेशन, मम्मी और बेटा का कॉन्वर्सेशन या फिर बाप बेटी का कॉन्वर्सेशन. एंड दे कॉल, हेलो बेटा, तुम्हारी आवाज सुनने के लिए तरस रहे थे, इसलिए फोन किया. Wanted to hear your voice. So similarly, Krishna, as a well-wishing father of all of us, wants to hear our prayerful voice. Not Om Jai Jagadish Hare Sukh Sampatti Giravu Kashtamite. Order मेरा बंद करो भाई. Prayer करना start करो. Start praying. Stop ordering me. The moment Arjuna ordered Krishna, hey, Sena or Bhagavate Ratam Stapti Me Achyuta. He gave an order to Krishna. Okay, boss. But that started the entire problem. You order Krishna, problem starts. You follow Krishna's orders, the problem solved. Karishya Vachanam Tava. देखा? जब अर्जुन ने भगवान को ऑर्डर दिया, सारा प्रॉब्लम उधर से शुरू हुआ. But the moment Arjuna made up his mind to listen to the orders of Krishna, listen, well, I'm going to listen to Krishna's order, that solved all the problems. Karishya Vachanam Tava. So we are not supposed to give orders to Krishna. He knows what is best for us. Don't ask anything and spoil. We desiring something is actually spoiling our journey. God exactly knows what you need, what we deserve. Don't ask anything. But if you want to offer something to Krishna, offer prayers. The prayers which Kunti Maharani has sung in Bhagavatam, the prayers which Bhishma Deva sung, the prayers which Prahlad has sung, Narsimha has sung, Gopis have sung. Repeat those prayers. Krishna is eager to hear that. मुझे आपके प्रेयर में इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, जो डिवोटीज ने गाया है वो प्रेयर सुनाओ मुझे. The bhajans which Vaishnava Acharyas have sung, I am interested to hear that. Shrutim. That is why I kept my ears everywhere. And my ears are तरस खा रहे हैं किसके लिए तरस रहे हैं to hear the songs which are sung once by Prahlad to Narsimdev, by Dhruva to Narayana, by Gopis to Krishna. Yes, those prayers I'm eager to hear. And finally, सर्वम आवृत्य तिष्ठति. मैं हर जगह हूं, still some rascals and fools have the audacity to say there is no God. How impudent, how foolish, how stupid. So you are not able to see me. There is no God. That is because you are not trained. There is lack of training. If you are trained, you can see God everywhere. How many of you can hear an audio clip 1.5x times? अभी कोविड टाइम पे हम सब ट्रेन हो गए, इतना सारा इंफॉर्मेशन एब्जॉर्ब करना था 1.5 2x. I have trained myself to hear an audio. Of course, YouTube doesn't allow it, but if you download its audio, 3.5x also. I can hear at 3.5x and also still make meaning. Because I've trained myself like that. It's a question of training. Now somebody comes to hear my lecture. That's all you hear because you're not trained your ears. You're not trained your ears to hear to 3.5x. So it will seem like some. It's the sound like that. There's a sound like that. Because training nahi hai. Whereas you train, that is nothing. It's normal. I have a friend. Yes, I have a friend. There's an app called Speed Accelerator app. You can put a document in that, and the document will make you read very fast. So one of my friends can actually read easily 2000 words per minute. Yeah. I am exactly half of him, 1000 words per minute. Or maybe I am satisfied with it. I don't want to increase that. I want to be with Krishna Baba. I don't want to skip Krishna. So 2000 in COVID time, he has trained himself to come up till even 4000, 5000. मतलब वो उसमें पढ़ सकता है. He has good comprehension also. Almost 75 to 80% comprehension he has. I listen to big lectures on physics class at 2x. Yeah, we do that. We all do that. Technique, a common technique. So it requires training. So if similarly we are trained, then we can actually experience Krishna everywhere. You can have an experience of Krishna everywhere, and that training is what a guru gives. Guru gives, the Shastras give. Shastras are training modules, and Gurus are our trainers who train us how to experience Krishna in everything and everywhere at any time. This is the crux of everything. Last sloka for today. This is the very result of understanding or knowing. Now the result of these two verses, we are going to see Kshetrak Kshetraknyayorevam Antaramnyana Chakshusha Bhuta Prakriti Moksham Cha Ye Viduryanti Te Param. So this verse doesn't have much explanation. Because I whatever I wanted to give, I gave in the previous verse. So anybody who's trained thoroughly, yes, those who see with the eyes of knowledge the difference between the body and the knower of the body, and can also understand the process of liberation from bondage in material nature, attain to the supreme goal. Bhuta Prakriti Moksham Cha. You will be liberated from this Prakriti, and Ye Viduryanti Te Param. And you go back home, back to Godhead. So to be liberated from this material nature's influence, I like to ask you all a question. What are all the conditionings by this material world which really you feel tortured by? Sach batao. Likho, type karo. This is really a pain or torture. The material conditions and conditionings. You should get married. Oh, these are Varnashram rules. Okay, fine. If you get married, have kids. Okay, Grihastha is an amazing ashram. Forced relationships, social bondages, show off, money-minded people. Disease, abhi aaya, cancer aaya. Others all are frustrated with all the social dogmas. I'm talking about material condition. Disease, very good. Old age, you have to work hard in this world. No satisfaction. Yeah, we don't get satisfied no matter what we do. Yes, Rajni Mataji. You raise hands. Achha, you are saying I'm disturbed by this material. Okay. Toxic friends, death, birth, those satisfaction जितना भी enjoy करो. Mental disturbance. Can I add one point? Answering nature's calls. Irritating. क्यों होता है ना? This is what is a great condition. Yeah. This is such a big condition. Unnecessarily, you have to answer nature's call. So abominable. जैसे हम लोग थोड़ा शरीर से आसक्त हो जाते हैं वहाँ. Maybe I look nice. I look great. The moment nature's call comes, we realize the reality. But that is so horrible, so abominable. So कितने लोग इन सब चीजों से छुटकारा पाना चाहते हैं? Yeah. We work a little bit, sweat starts coming and sweat stinks. Yeah. We run a little bit, we get tired. We get bored so easily. Beyond boredom, getting freedom. How many of us want to experience all this? This is called as Prakriti Moksham, getting beyond all these conditions, conditionings, and the petty cutthroat competition of this world. Radha Shankar has designed a beautiful series called 3 C's. When you understand these 3 C's, conditions, conditionings, cutthroat competition, your desire to go back to God will increase. Hey, nikalna hai yahan se. But you are nonsense. And Viduryanti Param. Definitely we'll go back to Godhead, provided we get trained in this aspect. So how to get this training? We are getting trained. Day by day, every day. How many of you feel your knowledge is increasing and growing? Thank you. Thank you for appreciating me. Prabhuji, are you a Grihasthi person? My God. The saffron indicates no social life. I'm not a Grihastha. I've applied for sannyas. I'm a brahmachari. I applied for, this is a decent question, Amrita ji. Some people have asked me, sir, Tata Motors के जॉब के साथ आप कैसे मैनेज कर लेते हो सब लेक्चर देना? ऐसे जॉब छोड़ दिया मैंने 12 साल पहले, 10-12 साल पहले गया जॉब, it's over. So people sometimes have asked such weird questions, you know. Then somebody asked me, come, I would like to meet your wife. I said, yeah, definitely, I'll introduce you. Now, और खेला उसके साथ. Then I took Srimad Bhagavatam and showed. Wife, husband, wife. No, these questions are very commonly asked questions. Maybe I should dye my saffron even more darker. सोचिए ना ऐसे saffron, टकला, shady, who will marry such a person? Very good. Chalo. Married to Krishna. Yes, that's an aspiration. We are currently married to Shastras. What we are trained as married to Shastras. That's the training given. Every brahmachari should get married to Shastras. There's a lecture given. So कोई पूछता है ऐसा मैं भी उड़ाता हूँ. Yeah, I'm married. So very much. Shri Shastra Bhagavatam. Yes, I'm married to Srimad Bhagavatam. I'm already married. Yes. Great, no more Maya. People don't even use sannyasi out of the marriage. I've applied for sannyas. I've just got my certificate recently. Bhakti Vaibhav. देखते हैं अभी कब मिलेगा. I don't know. इसलिए उसके लिए first qualification in ISKCON is you have to be 50 minimum. तो मेरे को time है. I'm not so old. अभी time. Anyways. Yes. Priya Mataji. Okay. You raised hand to comment or question?
Question.
Question type Mataji. सबका बहुत questions ले सकते हैं. We can take more questions. Yeah, Dhruv, go ahead.
Very first question from Pranjali, that I guess this has been replied in a sense, but more specifically, I'll just read the exact one. Why did Krishna conclude Gita with Jnana Yoga but not Bhakti Yoga?
Krishna concludes Gita with Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mame. You have not reached the conclusion yet. Yes. So Krishna concludes the section with Jnana Yoga to fit in Jnanis also. This section will attract the Jnanis. It's like, I'll tell you, कभी-कभी ऐसा होता है that on the door you write, okay, for sometimes males, females. So males will only go for males and female will go to female. They'll go to that side. The moment it's written legibly, clearly, males, or boys, girls. So the boys will go there, girls will go there. Correct. So similarly, what is Krishna doing? Krishna is doing a transcendental cheating. He is writing their Gyanis. So Gyanis will open the door, but they'll come to Bhakti. Understood? It's actually googly. Bhakti है. But it's for the presentation is made in such a way, Gyanis will, हाँ, ये हमारा class चल रहा है. It's for us. But ultimately it comes to Bhakti. Yeah. Next.
Next question is by Arnavji. Toji, what is the difference between Bhagavad and Bhagavad Gita?
Bhagavad is a Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam as such, the principally there is no difference at all. There's absolutely no difference. But Gita and Bhagavat, if you see, Bhagavat is about the Lord and Bhagavad Gita is by the Lord. That's the main principal difference. By the Lord and about the Lord. And if you look at the subject matters of Bhagavatam, it's very deep. It's much deeper. The Bhagavatam subject matter is very deep. Bhagavad Gita is a foundation. It's like 12th standard. Bhagavatam is like graduation. Right?
Next question is by Pranjalji. Proji, are the four Kumaras to be considered and taken as a group, or they are considered to be separate like that? So if you can just share some more light on.
Sanak, Sanatan, Sanandana, Sanat Kumar. They are the four Kumaras. Yes, they always are together. They never leave each other's company. So there are four Kumaras. They are separate. They are four different souls.
Next question is by Priyaji. Prabhuji, what is the difference between dharma and spirituality? What is the right understanding between these?
Dharma refers to doing your responsibilities as per guidance of Shastras. And spirituality refers to when you offer your dharma to Krishna, then you realize the spiritual life. When you realize, you get the jnana for understanding you are not the body of the soul. Next.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Next question is by Bhumi Seniji. Prabhuji, how does the doubt make us fall from bhakti? And how to be free from the pride? Because if we help someone automatically, it automatically comes that I help to someone. I guess.
Bhumi is also a very young girl who asks very brilliant questions. Brilliant questions she asks. She's here, Bhumi. See, I didn't understand your question, beta. You can once again say. You unmute and say. She's special, very special girl. आप बोलिए, माइक में बोलिए, मुझे समझ में नहीं आया. Don't skip any question. Some questions may appear controversial, but इसको ले लो. Skip मत करो. Bhumi, you tell, बेटा बोलो. Yeah. हरे कृष्णा.
अगर हम किसी की हेल्प करते हैं तो हमको कभी कभार ऐसा लगता है कि नहीं हमने हेल्प की है, तो वो अहंकार आ जाता है अपने आप.
ओके. तो उसे कैसे बचें?
एंड हमको डाउट कैसे आते हैं, मतलब.
अच्छा, ये दो क्वेश्चन है क्या?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Fine. I thought, अरे डाउट और अहंकार क्या फर्क है? Yes. Doubts are like demons. मैंने example दिया था इससे पहले भी. I have given an example of a jackal who eats up that person. So doubt आपको अंदर से खोखला बना देगा. Yes, that is a. Today I am going to take all doubts. So please stay till the end. अभी block कर देते हैं. Now we will stop taking the more questions. जो है उसको solve कर लेंगे. Yeah.
Yes.
So जितने भी हैं, please stay back. Only if you are there, I'll take your question. Otherwise, I'll not take. So रहिए.
Yes. So please request to everyone. Please stay. I guess I'll just look myself. Okay. Yeah.
भूमि का कंप्लीट कर लेता हूँ.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So that is one thing. So doubts जो आपको अंदर से खोखला बना देगी और अचानक से आपका भक्ति इसमें से जो भी enthusiasm वो चला जाए. I given the example of that Lomadi. You can refer to that story. मैंने एक और सेशन में दिया था. 4th chapter देखिए. Go to the 4th chapter of this Gita Art of Inner Peace. उसमें मैंने अच्छे से समझाया इसको. And second बात है कि हमें हमेशा, I told yesterday also, we have to remember 2 things, forget 2 things. We should always remember the bad that we have done to others and good others have done for us. And we should always forget 2 things. जो अच्छा हमने दूसरों के लिए किया वो भूल जाना चाहिए. और जो बुरा दूसरे ने हमारे लिए किया वो भूल जाना चाहिए. You have to practice this. ये practice से ही होता है प्रिंसिपल. किसी को हेल्प किया, so we should understand it's Krishna who is helping. I'm just an instrument. हम वही सिर्फ एक यंत्र है to make that help go. Krishna is the real helper. Yeah.
So yeah, indeed, Roji. Next one question is there, which we might want to very interesting for many people. That Mayuresh Sanjeev Hariji has asked that Roji, is Yogi Adityanath, whom we can know, is called a real sannyasi or what? Like,
First of all, I do not know his guna leela. I only know his naam and roop. I've seen his photo and I know his name. I've never been personally with him, so I can't comment. Yes, I cannot comment. But whatever good work, some good work he has done, that should be appreciated. Yes, I would like to appreciate his good work, whether he's a real sannyasi, a real yogi, or that is what. I don't wish to comment because I don't know personally. What is he internally, we don't know. You should not judge by externals. So I wouldn't like to comment. That's point I want to make that clear. Just by seeing person's activities, we cannot judge the person. You get it, no? But he is doing a welfare, very nice activity, good activities he is doing. अरे सन्यासी बन के कैसे पॉलिटिक्स में वगैरह भाग ले सकता है? But we don't know what is his consciousness. We can't comment. Sannyas is a consciousness. It's not just external.
next question is by Namrata ji, very curious one. That Prabhuji, how your parents allowed to be a sannyasi? How that process went?
I request my father to answer this question. Prabhu, can you please unmute and answer this? We will not spotlight you, but you can
repeat
definitely.
the question.
How did you allow me to join ashram?
So as a parent, you have to look at what the child likes ultimately. So if you don't allow the child to do what he likes, then what is the use of being a parent? So that's how we allowed him to take this up.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much.
So I'm very fortunate to have very blessed and open-minded parents who understood me, he understood what I'm doing, and then allowed me. Yeah.
Next question is by Prashant Gawali ji. That Prabhuji, what is the basic difference between the Bhakti Yoga and Jnana Yoga?
Jnana Yoga focuses on purifying one's mind and understanding we are not the body, we are the soul. Bhakti Yoga focuses on serving Krishna. A side benefit, definitely you will realize soul, you will realize super soul, you will realize Bhagavan, you will get everything. Jnana Yoga is like purchasing, क्या होता है? चलो example क्या दूँ? Check it. There's a very famous biscuit packet. Okay, one biscuit packet purchasing, which for 10 rupees suppose. Bhakti Yoga is like purchasing the whole factory. The practice, you get the whole factory. You have everything. Correct. You can manufacture the same biscuit in different sizes. You can increase the proportion. You can get everything. So purchasing factory is better. You have everything.
Yes, and even some people said that Jnana Yoga is just about knowing the ingredients about those biscuits, where Bhakti Yoga is relishing the taste of the biscuit actually.
Precisely. वो भी नहीं थोड़ा taste मिलता है थोड़ा मिलता है but एक पैकेट का ही मिलता है. That's all. Offer limited.
So, Pranjal ji, next question. It was just a clarification that when she mentioned about the four Kumaras being a group or separate, they wanted to know actually about the Mahajans.
Mahajans, they are called together only in one group. So there are 12 sections of Mahajans. That way, then you can tell that okay, then the Grihasthas who are there, their wives are also Mrs. Mahajan. The children are also Master Mahajan. ऐसे करके you can keep going on. So,
Tejashi ji ka next question था that who has written Bhagavatam?
Srimad Bhagavatam is written by Srila Veda Vyasa. It is supreme most maturity. He was actually not happy after writing Mahabharata. He was not feeling the inner satisfaction. So he wrote Srimad Bhagavatam to exclusively glorify Krishna. Yeah, next.
I guess we have reached the last question by Priya ji that if you can explain the difference between the Veda and Veda Sutra.
Veda is like yes, Veda is like Google. Everything that you need is there in the Vedas. आज Google है, पहले लोग Vedas को refer करते थे. Any knowledge you want, go to just like today we go to Google and type. Previously, any knowledge you want, go to Vedas and find out. That's why Vedas is Kalpavriksha, desire tree. Vedanta Sutra are certain sutrized format of it. Sutra means formula. Yes, I gave example of formula x plus y, the whole square equal to x square plus y square plus 2xy. Yes. So it just gives a list of formulae, list of principles, but this gives you a lot of scope of speculation. आप speculate बहुत अच्छे कर सकते हैं इसमें. So that's why there is a commentary required called Bhagavatam, which will give you clarity. I'll take one more. Ritika ji's question, I'm sure.
Yes,
She raised hand from long time.
You can just ask your question.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम.
Hare Krishna.
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई विल लाइक टू मैं आपको कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन बोलना चाहूंगी, आपको इतना अच्छा प्राइज मिला. और मुझे एक्चुअली क्वेश्चन था कि जैसे हम किसी की सेवा करते हैं, किसी के दास बनते हैं, तो फिर वो हमारा अच्छा करता है ना, मीन्स हमारे लिए अच्छा सोचता है. तो ऐसा माया के साथ क्यों नहीं होता कि लोग माया के दास बन जाते हैं, फिर उसके बाद माया उनको कृष्णा के पास क्यों नहीं ले जाती?
That's why Maya is called a cheat. माया धोखा ही देती है. ऐसे लोग भी मिलते हैं ना. How many of you seen such people? You serve them, they'll backstab you only. Oh, so many. Maya is like that. She is the head of all the backstabbers. Yes. जरूरी नहीं है कि everybody you serve will be grateful to you. That is only Krishna. Krishna is grateful for even small thing you do. He is grateful for that. माया वैसी नहीं. माया आपसे सेवा भी करेगी, आपको लात भी मारेगी. But actually, Jiva is not serving Maya. Jiva wants Maya to serve. He doesn't want to serve Maya. He wants Maya to serve. That's the reality. Hari.
Thus we end to the.
There is a wonderful comment that I want to read. Brahmachari suits you, Prabhuji. I will pray to Krishna and stay Brahmachari forever and ever. Thank you so much. It's very needed prayer. You all can pray. It's not easy. I need prayers.
Thank you so very much, Prabhuji, on such a wonderful session with an extended period of this Q&A. I guess today we completed our quota, and especially thanks a lot to all the participants who joined, who stayed till now to attend this Q&A. I hope you got so many nice and